Hey, what is happening, YouTube? What's going on, guys? It is Johnny with Rules for Rebels, and ouch, it is an ugly morning. That's why I just titled this video "Ouch," because it is an ugly morning. Let's go down here to Bitcoin price. Bitcoin fell to 3,626. I think the low was 3,600. And I'd seen a lot of people on Reddit and other places saying, look, I wouldn't make any buys. I wouldn't touch anything above 3,600. So a lot of people seem to have the sentiment that it's going to go lower. But even more troubling than Bitcoin, like Ethereum fell from, it was kind of weird. Like I said, 2 nights ago, I bought it about 1:30 in the morning. It tends to be that's when prices are the lowest. I thought I might be able to catch a bounce, sell in the morning, and make some money. And things actually wound up going down lower. Ethereum went down to like 270. I bought, at like 280 something. Litecoin, I'd bought in at like 62. It went down to like 55. So, those things are way lower today. But what's even more troubling to me is, Komodo's getting hammered. Vertcoin's down to 57 cents. Vert hasn't been that low in a while. So I just wanted to make a quick video. I have one way to help you guys mentally cope and ride this out. Head on over to Reddit. There's an interesting article about the Chinese news, but head on over to Reddit. Let's see, sorry, my phone's being a little bit slow here. Head on over to Reddit, go to just ignore your cryptocurrency portfolio today and look at pictures of cute cats and puppies and dogs laying in bed, and hopefully that will take away some of the mental anguish you're experiencing today. I would suggest you head on over to Reddit, r/aw, and spend your day over there instead of spending your day in here. So things got hit pretty hard. Ripple's down to 18, Monero's down to 101. I'm down on pretty much everything right now. Waves down to 358. Vertcoin 57 cents, Ethereum Classic 1264. BitShares had been trading at like 15, maybe 13 cents. That's down to 9. Dash was, even just the other day was at like 333. That's down to 272. I'm surprised Steam hasn't gotten hit harder. Steam's down to 104, which is low for Steam, but Steam's been down there before. As hard as things are getting hit right now, I'm kind of surprised Steam's not at like 80 cents. One of the few currencies doing well is ARK. ARK's still up. Lisk was up to 7 something. That's down to 5. XEM, NEM, New Economy Movement down to 20 cents. That was up to about 30 not that long ago. We have Litecoin at 53. Let's see what the 24-hour low was. 51. We got Ethereum down at 250. That was down to 248. So things are at about the low right now. Omai's Go, which had been kind of holding up pretty well, is down to 951. Neo down to 1726. SafeX, let's see, Pay's down, Factom's down. Factom's down, but it's not really down any more today than it had been. Batcoin's down to 17 cents, Navcoin's down to 80 cents. Metal's not doing too bad. It's down, but it's not down worse today than it was. Rise down, pretty much everything is down. If we head over to the Bitcoin subreddit, there was an interesting article about what's going on in China. Let me see if I can find that. So, still, China has not made any official announcements. Let's see if I can find this. I'm so sick of these roller coaster memes, hold strong, hold strong. This recent crash has taught me a couple things. It's made me realize that I'm a little bit too heavily invested in Bitcoin. When things are going sky high and everyone's making money, it's all fun and games. And you're kicking yourself, I wish I had more, I wish I had more. But when things fall, it's not fun. Let's see, can someone explain to me the panic? So here's what's kind of unique about this situation, in my opinion. So we've had crashes before, right? It always comes back stronger. Normally quicker than now, but it always tends to come back. And I'm not giving up on Bitcoin. I'm actually going to be buying some more. I just don't know when the right entry point is. But here's what's a little bit worrying to me about the Bitcoin situation right now. I think we're at the very, very early stages of early adoption. And I know McAfee and a lot of other people have said we're not even in early adoption yet. Let me take that back. So I was going to say we're at the early stages of Bitcoin going mainstream, but John McAfee and a lot of other people talk about early on in technology. You don't have early adopters. You have crazy people, right? Crazy people who believe in some new technology. And quite a bit down the road, then you start getting in the early adopters, and then quite a bit down the road after that, it starts to go mainstream. So we're at kind of maybe the beginning of the early adopter stage, not even close to the Bitcoin going mainstream. But because Bitcoin's been getting so much attention in the mainstream media, over the past few months, because people have seen the gains, there's a lot of new people getting into Bitcoin who had never gotten into Bitcoin before. And those people are going to be really rattled by this big crash. People who bought in at 4,600, 4,800 and are seeing Bitcoin sitting at 3,600 right now, they're going to be freaking out. And that's going to cause the price to drop even lower when they start selling. So it's bad enough what's going on in China. I kind of understand why Chinese people might be freaked out or selling. It would be as if Coinbase said, like, okay, we're shutting down at the end of the month. Other exchanges are saying the same thing, and you're sitting on a good amount of money in Bitcoins, and you're like, pretty much all the liquidity in Bitcoin is going to dry up and go away. I'm not going to have any place to sell. Maybe peer-to-peer transactions will be allowed. Maybe they won't. And so I think that's kind of why people in China are freaking out. But people in the U.S., man, if people quit selling and driving the price down even more, we probably wouldn't be sitting where we are. But like I said, because so many new people are in, the new people are the weak hands, they're gonna get freaked out and sell, causing Bitcoin to fall even lower. So here's an article I saw. Bitcoin Chinese exchange BTC China will stop trading from September 30th as regulators crack down on the nascent cryptocurrency sector in a bid to stamp out financial risks. And here's what's kind of funny. When government steps in to help people, they wind up sending the market into a downturn and actually hurting people. So I always kind of think that's funny when government thinks they're helping people. But I guess there's some antiquated laws in China about exchanges. And I guess up until now, Bitcoin was somewhat unregulated. I don't think exchanges really had to be regulated by the Chinese government. And basically now they're saying, even though there's really no clarity, they're saying that, okay, we are going to have regulation. So whether they're going to outright ban Bitcoin, period, whether they're going to ban Bitcoin exchanges, I've heard other people saying that some of the leading Bitcoin companies or leading Bitcoin exchanges have already been in talks with the Chinese government trying to come to an agreement about regulation, trying to get regulated, etc. So, I mean, it's very possible that, a week from now, 2 weeks from now, some of these companies have licenses and they're operating and nothing really changes. But at this point, there's a lot of uncertainty and things like that. So, like I said, this experience has made me realize I'm maybe a little bit too heavily invested. Not even that I'm too heavily invested. I just wish that I would have taken some profits when we were up close to 5,000 because I would have made some money and then I would have had more money to buy in. I'm pretty heavily leveraged right now, so I don't know that I want to be like dumping a ton more money in, but I probably will continue to dollar cost average with a little bit of money. I wouldn't rush into buying anything right now, even though things are at the lows. I think things could get a little bit more volatile. I'm actually really surprised by this dip overnight. I would have thought that yesterday we would have seen things really get hammered hard. Towards the end of the afternoon yesterday, it seemed like things were recovering. Litecoin was back up to like 63 or something like that. Like, it seems like things had kind of leveled out, and then we see them dump. So I'm not just kind of if you are looking to kind of get into the market, I don't like Ripple. I would stay away from that one. Monero's at a pretty good price. I'm not a huge fan of Monero, even though I have a little bit. But not a huge fan of Monero there. Komodo, I think, is a buy. Vertcoin, I think, is a buy. Let's take a look at MadeSafe. I'm not a huge fan of MadeSafe for the long term, but I think it might see a rebound if the market turns around. BitShares, I think you could ride up to like 13 cents within the next couple weeks here. Steam, I think Steam is pretty much always a buy, especially at these levels. If you're a Steemit user, there's never been a better time to power up your account. If I hadn't spent a bunch of money the other day, I probably would have bought about $1,000 worth of Steam. Because keep in mind, if you buy Steam and then power up your Steemit account, that helps you earn money. So in a way, you're almost earning interest or earning a dividend on holding your Steam. It's going to help your post make more money, etc. ARK seems to be the only thing holding up. ARK's still sitting well. I wish I were more heavily invested into ARK. I think Lisk is a buy. I think Lisk will be back up above $7 and back above $7 in the next couple weeks. NEM, I got in at 25 cents. It's fallen more. I think NEM, I don't think you're going to see a huge fast rebound, but I like NEM for the long term, so I think that's a good entry point. Litecoin, I think, is a buy at 50. Ethereum, I think, is a buy. As time goes on, I'm getting a little bit less bullish about Ethereum, but I do think Ethereum's a buy at 240. Bitcoin, it's fallen even further. We're at 35.50. Yeah, Bitcoin, I mean, I would wait and kind of wait for things to kind of stabilize and start going back up a little bit. But Bitcoin, I think, is a buy. Oh My's Go, most definitely a buy at 928. Neo, if cryptos in China is going away, that's pretty much the death of Neo, in my opinion. So I would stay away from Neo. Pay token, that's getting hammered hard. I do like that one for the long term. It's cheap now. Factum, man, Factum's getting hit hard too. Everything's continuing to go down. This is scary. Batcoin. One interesting thing about the Batcoin is the coin or the token behind the Brave browser. The Brave browser was created by one of the guys who I believe invented Firefox, and also the creator of Java. And actually, I believe Edward Snowden the other day said that people should be using the Brave browser. It's one of the most private browsers out there. Navcoin down to 79 cents. I think that's a buy. Metal, I believe they're a project trying to be like PayPal. I think that's a buy at 8.58. I mean, just in the time I've been talking to you, I think that dropped another buck. Redcoin, I've always told you guys, it's a shit coin, but I threw $100 into it, got myself about 100,000 red coins. And I think if that red ID comes out later this year, I think that one could go somewhere. And I've gambled a bit with Stellar Lumens as well. So that's a crypto video for today, guys. Again, I know it's a depressing day. Keep in mind, you haven't lost anything until you've sold. I would just head on over to, like I said, Reddit, visit that awe forum, and just look at pictures of cute dogs and puppies and bunnies and penguins walking around. And maybe that'll make you feel better today, guys. Anyhow, that's my wrap up. If you guys have heard anything, any news about China, here, this penguin will make you feel better. If you guys have heard anything about China, any different news, any analysis you have, any coins you think are a buy, drop a comment in the comment section below, and hopefully things turn around here, guys. Later on today, you can tune in and watch the newest episode of Side Hustle Thursday. And I have a good video about drop shipping coming out on Friday. I know a lot of you guys who do the AliExpress drop shipping game wonder about like how to communicate the long shipping times to your customers. So I've actually have for you guys a template for what your like shipping FAQ page should look like. So stay tuned for that if you're a drop shipper or looking to get into drop shipping. Anyhow, guys, that's it. I'm out. I'll catch you later.